Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Sorry, let me fix the music. I let me start off with I do not have my stream deck. My stream deck is broken. It's sent out for RMA like repairs and stuff and horrible. So I have stuff manually. I have buttons. Yeah, you were. Hello, homies. Hello, homies. How do you do? Tune the music a bit in my ears. I like to listen to music of myself a bit more. Here we go.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, it's Friday.
How do you do, guys? Choo choo, homies. What have you been up to? Woodwood, welcome back, Frank. Thank you, Harmless Saucer. Let me see what's going on in chat. Let's scroll up a bit. Let's see what's going on. What's up, homies? Jeremy woke. Ned, what's up? What's up? What's up, boy? How do you do, mate? Thank you for tuning in. Another day at work. Oh boy. It's for me, it's Friday. It's weekend. Happening. Oh my god. Guess switches. What's up, man? Butterfly. Yeah, boy. Yeah. Hey, Frank. Hey, Nanette. How do you do? Mark is here. Evening, homies. Hey, Mark.
I've been waiting for this day.
Good to know, T-Cast. Good to know. Dachi, perfect timing. Out. And the audio works. Thank you for the resubscribe, man. That's awesome. I wish I could do some, like, I don't know, like the intro in the background and stuff. And no stream that. Cannot do the animation stuff. I could, but it's very weird. I have to switch to a blank screen to activate it, and then go back and almost said it again. Timo resubscribed. Thank you, Timo. That's appreciated. Thank you so much. Welcome back. Thank you, mate. 8 months in a row. Oh boy, thank you for your support, mate. That's appreciated. Ruperto is here. Hello, Frank. Hey, man. Tikas also resubscribed. Thank you, man. That's appreciated. He's back. That's me. Welcome, mate. Thank you for new moves up. Yeah, dude. That's the one. 30 months in a row, mister. Thank you so much, man. That's appreciated. You're absolutely an home assistant, homie. That's for sure. Twitch looks odd now. Yeah, they changed the font. I looked at it today and I thought, what the hell is going on here? Like, are they kidding me? Can I change it? And it looks. Yeah, look. Which looks finally alive. Can resume. Oh, yeah. We're back, right? Getting winter. So I brought out my hat again. Like, summer is over. Like, at least here in the Netherlands, summer is over. Tomorrow we're getting somebody did roof and they call like a fireplace, like chat outside. It's getting cool tomorrow, so turned on again. Hello to everybody. Hey, J After Dark. How do you do, man? Frank is the monster that goes sees as the median to the average person. Awesome Unity. Oh, thank you. Not sure if I'm the master. And maybe like disaster. But yeah, I think Dr. C's is. I'm not Dr. C, which is kind of cool, and the font is horrible. Indeed, the font is horrible. Homies, missed you all. Hey, homies. Clinton. Oh, something. He gets Twitch tiered 1 bit, and thank you, mate. Easiest #1 spot ever. Yeah, probably. Afternoon, hey Paul, how do you do, mate? Switch to dark theme. Switch to dark theme. I have a dark theme. Still horrible. Choo choo, everyone. Happy to have you back. Thank you for. What the hell's going on? What's going on now? I don't know. Like that's I have my home assistant screen and mother. Oh, and the kids are in bed. And I have Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, C-Weave, and Zigbee devices. Cover all devices to run on power. There we go, there we go. Fixed it. Use the dark reader and change the font. Oh, that's a good idea. Probably, Over there, thank you for 50 bits, man. That's amazing. Thank you so much, man. And no animations. I'm so sorry. It's the only thing you get today. The hat is back. The hat is back. Awesome tunes, Frank. You're welcome, mate. And thank you. The Monster Cat. You can type exclamation mark music and that's what should be found with. Wasn't sure if you would ever be coming back to streaming. How was your... Of course. Enjoyed this way too much. How was your vacation, Frank? It was okay. It was nice. I went to Italy, to the beach. Yes. Only like a little... But it was good. What else do you want? Looking at a pool on the beach and seeing the kids play and nothing. I don't want to go back to that. Never mind. My SD card died today. Oh man, that's... I had my config in get, but without that... Yeah, that's that thing. That's why I do most of my job moments. I like the storage, I like where it's going. I do not rely on GitHub for recovery. Things go south so freaking bad. But like, I make snaps. Things are actually the things that rely on. Oh, thank you so much! Like, that's for chat. Thank you so much, sir. Is there a message? I should be able to see something. Not sure how. Have to get used to it. Oh. That's cool, man. No message. Nevertheless, thank you so much. That's appreciated. Maybe Logitech will come up with a Stream Deck competitor. Yeah, let's hope so. I did see some new technology by 2 days ago or something. Somebody released they released a default that can use the AI and a graphics card to get rid of the background. Like I use a green screen, and I can living room. But the new NVIDIA card, RTX cards, with the new SSD are probably capable of doing this in real time without a green screen. That's kind of yeah. Still, I need something back. The green screen I use is, by the way, LG. Same back. The green screen is awesome though. Stream Deck I would have recommended to everybody. Besides, this is going to be my second one I send back for. And hey, only say Mr. Bonani, Clinton Choo Choo, welcome back, Frank. Here we go. W subscribe. Music/voice ratio is off. Too loud. Why is my voice? My voice is too low. That's the problem. That's my microphone. Should have checked, by the way. Let's see. My microphone is off. I'm going to be louder though. Just so you know. This makes no sense. Here we go. Pum 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 pum. Yeah, I think I got it. This should be it. This should be it. Is this better? Please let me know. That's a lot better. Wow. I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe I hit some buttons during holiday. I don't know. I'm so sorry. Thank you, man. Mic dropping out. Yeah, that's because it's too low. If it's too low, it will drop off. Now, mainly I use that because if the ninja is watching television in the living room and I'm silent, it will cut off like the television sound in general. And I think he forgot how to do his live stream stuff. Oh boy. Hey Robert, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. That's appreciated. Roberto, sorry man. Roberto, thank you for letting me know. You're now officially a Home Assistant homie, by the way. Let me scroll back. Where was I? Voice low, that's fixed. Music a little bit too low. As the Banani subscribed, sounds and effects are allowed via your voice. Yeah, that's fixed now. He's a little quiet. Need a Stream Deck add-on for Home Assistant. There is an extension for the Stream Deck, by the way, which uses the API of Home Assistant. So. William Comadon, thank you so much for resubscribing, man. That's appreciated. Thank you so much. Voice sometimes cuts off. Okay, fixed, I hope. Ayrton soup time. Yeah, almost. Almost Ayrton soup time. Frank, you just started using the Unify add-on. You're the man. Coughing coming up your way. Thank you so much, Neil. That's appreciated. Pump up the volume. I did. I think voice is low. Fixed. Whoop whoop. Here we go. Yeah, Stepmeister. One Rob. He's way behind the chat. Yeah, it was already winter. That's almost. It's like it's getting colder, and I'm looking forward to winter. Actually, music is way too loud. No, my voice was way too low. A few weeks and he forgot to do how to stream. Yeah. The mic, then the music phone. Yeah, it's the mic indeed. What else? Home Assistant retweeted. Well, that's appreciated. Thank you so much. Mic dropping out at Frank fixed. I didn't understand what you say to my died SD card. Well, then it sucks. That's what I said, actually. Literally. Okay. Almost there. As soon as he turns a bit away from the microphone, it completely cuts out his voice. Yeah, that should be fixed. I'm so sorry, mates. Same issue on YouTube. That's kind of expected, though. Is Frank's audio running on Home System? 0.100 beta. First of all, the beta for 0.100 is not there yet, and sang it all in the. Fill in the gaps. Yeah, that's the game, right? The cutoff, blah blah. Oh, here we go. Wow, that's a lot about it. Yes, jazz. Much better. Not dropping anymore. Wow, finally. Yeah. So now you just have to repeat everything else you said. No, Paul. You must have restarted. Has I? No, I did not. Stuk beter. Thank you, Pastor man. No problem if we hear a little Grey's Anatomy in the background. Not today, by the way. I know Grey's Anatomy started yet already, but the missus has to work today. So, yeah. No ninja action as well. You could have cast a direction about the SD. Yeah, you could. Okay, we're down the chat. So what have I been up to? All kinds of stuff I'm not going to tell you about yet, actually. Is it Ninja her job? No, it's not. New Grey's Anatomy out today for the ninja in the States. Yeah, for the ninjas in the States indeed, not here yet. I've been playing with this little fella though. I got me one of those cubes. They're cute cubes. Still not happy, so that's something I'm playing with. I've been updating add-ons like crazy, or like crazy, like slowly, like a couple of them a day, except for yesterday. Yesterday I felt really bad when I came home, so I've been lying down on the couch. But today is fine-ish, okay, so I'm okay, kind of. I feel like the science technology is a category I should browse more, but man, it's hard to find good channels. Hello, hey Trady Bear, how do you do? You should, by the way, there are some really cool things. Clark.io I could recommend. Clark.io is a good streamer in the science technology. We got Sus Hilden, What's her nickname again? I forgot her nickname. So bad, I forgot her nickname. Sus. Well, whatever. And well, isn't that the same cube as Dr. C has? Yeah, it's the same cube. I actually talked about with him about it a couple of times, but I never ordered one myself. So I was on holiday, and in the evening I was on my laptop browsing a bit and went to AliExpress and could not resist. So I got one. Not sure yet. Have to play with it, by the way. You just landed in the right one? Not sure. Let's hope. Not sure what you're looking for, Freddy Bear. Hello everyone, and welcome back, Master Frank. Thank you, Charlie. How do you do? Hello, Frank. Good evening all from the Netherlands. Only the people's from the useless cube. It's a useless cube, really? Dangerous to go to AliExpress while on vacation. Yeah, I agree. I have to agree. I bought new cameras. I bought more of those Reolink cameras, by the way. I really truly love Rio cams. I got a new one, the CT Pro, the C2 Pro from Reolink. It's an indoor camera with PTC controls and optical zoom and pretty freaking nice. So I've replaced the camera on my little boy's room, which was a $20 cheap Chinese rip-off camera, and I've replaced it with the Reolink C2 Pro, and I'm really happy about it, by the way. Is this an accurate explanation of the difference between front-end and backhand? I don't know. I don't know. Did you know why Xiaomi Sensors doesn't show old state with decons on Combi 2? Old state? There's no old state with the sensor. Not sure. I got my two Reolinks too, gonna hook them up with Synology on VR. Nice, that's probably a good idea. I'm not aware of an issue like that, Roberto. Choo-choos, just spotted the notification, welcome back. Well, hello there, sure, good enough. Thank you for tuning in, man. How do you do? Have you tried any TensorFlow stuff with your camera? No. So that's the second thing I'm working on. If you follow me on Twitter, which you should, of course, twitter.com/Frank. I've been posting ideas on upgrading my Home Assistant/Home Lab system because I really want something more powerful. I want to do some nice stuff like TensorFlow, but I also want to have more testing environments and maybe even a development environment which I can reach. So yeah. I'm looking for a more powerful system, something with an NVIDIA card in it, and something I think on the Ryzen 7. I think I got all the parts now. I've posted the list of parts I'm thinking on getting, like the parts I need for my system, and I'm looking for feedback. So if you're like, if you're more knowledgeable in hardware than I am, because I freaking suck at like computer hardware, because I haven't done it. I'm a Mac user. I go to the store and I buy one of those boxes and they freaking work. So I lost track of all the things that are happening in computer hardware world. I could use some feedback. I got some feedback, so that's cool. But if you could take a look, and if you are knowledgeable, and tell me if I should swap something or get a better suggestion or lower the price, which is also welcome and paying, of course, that would be cool. But then I would definitely look into things like TensorFlow or I don't know, something like that, man. See Discord, #livestream. Do I miss something? Front end. God, Mr. Banani. I'm going to show this, by the way. Let's switch to my desktop, by the way. Now we're at it. Here we go. Welcome to my desktop. Not a smooth animation and stuff. I have no Stream Deck at this point since it's broken AF. Okay, front end, backhand. That's a good explanation, boy. Choo choo, homie. Choo choo. Love it. And where's my home? So this is one of the new Reolink cameras, and this is actually zoomed in. So that's pretty nice, right? Little boy is sleeping. Little fella's tired. So that's kind of cool. Gary Wilson, thank you for resubscribing, man. That's amazing. Thank you so much, sir. That's appreciated. Choo choo, homie. Is there a way to use motion cameras as entities in Haseo? So I can have a live feed in the main page? Yeah, sure. Go to There's a stream URL which you can use as an MJ back camera in Home Assistant. For example, I can see only the current temperature and not temperature an hour ago. That's not how states work, Ruperto. You have to take a look at history. Like this is one of those Xiaomi things. Let me zoom in a little. This is a Xiaomi sensor, by the way. Yeah, decons. So yeah. After the second SD card died, I desperately need another solution too. Yeah, we all. Glad Secure Advisor went for the Note case. Glad you took your advice and went for the Note case. Yeah, I love the Note case. One concern is though, I still have to go and measure because I think it might not fit. But it does look darn pretty, and I'd like a way better option, but it has to fit in the space I have there. What do you need to know hardware-wise, Frank? Just if it's the same solution, like is it the same setup? I've put it on Twitter, on my thingy. You can always ask me. Well, you can always go into. Oh, he's talking about TensorFlow now. Yeah. Frank makes my motion sensor with Philips one and the Core ones. Okay, not sure. What's the difference between decon ZHA and Zigbee to MQTT? Well, ZSA, the Zigbee integration for Home Assistant is running in Home Assistant itself. So if you restart Home Assistant, you restart your Zigbee controller as well. So it's like built in, it's running inside Home Assistant, right? That is, the cool thing about it, it's the fastest and most integrated solution you can get for your Zigbee, right? Ruperto, thank you for your super chat, man. That's appreciated. Is there a text in there? I need a cam like that for my baby. Which one? Oh, that's the C2 Pro by Reolink. Can somebody get him a link to Reolink? But reolink.com, reolink.com, and this is a C2 Pro, and this is the zoomed in version already. But it's wow. If I zoom out, you're going to be amazed on the quality. By the way, like I can see the whole room. The lens is like amazing. It's really amazing. And okay, so ZSH is like built-in integration, Zigbee straight into Home Assistant, right? Then we have Zigbee to MQTT, and Zigbee to MQTT is basically like a thing that just runs somewhere that talks with a USB stick that communicates with MQTT, and Home Assistant connects to MQTT, so that's like your broker thingy. So basically you have 3 steps, right? And like the Home Assistant MQTT and the Zigbee to MQTT stuff, and then your controller stuff. The cool thing about it is if you restart Home Assistant, it will still be like connected to your Zigbee network and stuff. Me personal, I do not understand the fuss around Zigbee to MQTT. I can see its use case. I can see why people like it. For example, if you use Node-RED and you want to do MQTT stuff in Node-RED, but why use Home Assistant in that case? I don't get it. But I don't know. Zigbee to MQTT, in my opinion, people are not going to agree because I know Zigbee to MQTT is very popular. I think it's a piece of which you should not use in this system because it makes no sense. But opinions, right? So in my case, I don't know. And then we have decons. Decons is like a daemon with like a program with the stick, and Home Assistant. K-Shots! Thank you for subscribing, man. That's appreciated. Thank you so much. So decons is like the program that talks to the decon stick, does the Zigbee network, and Home Assistant talks directly to decons itself. Decons keeps running as soon as you restart Home Assistant, so yeah. And you have some control over your Zigbee network, so you can make like connections between like a Zigbee switch and a light. So if you hit the light switch, the light will go on, even if Home Assistant is down. So that's kind of cool on the decon stuff. And also the decon's integration with Home Assistant is on a platinum level, so it's like the most highest level it can get. It's really well maintained, and I'm really happy with it. So my personal preference would be decons, then it would be the Zigbee integration, and last would be Zigbee to MQTT. But it's all a matter about personal preference. People will say different things. I just love decons. I know for a fact, for example, Paulus from Home Assistant, Baluk, I know he likes the integration ZSH. I know Pascal, he likes decons as well. But yeah, it's all a matter of personal opinion. Okay, so that's a long story about that thing. Just get a Mac Pro, no. Wow, that's much clearer than the old cam. Yeah, it is, great quality. Hello Frank, are you at the ING? He's talking about the State of the Union 2019. Yes, of course I will be there. See you there, mate. Yeah, I'm going to Amsterdam. Home Assistant announced another State of the Union, the State of the Union 2019. This year it will be hosted by ING again in Amsterdam on November 13th, if I'm correct. Yeah, November 13th. It's a Wednesday. And then there will be another, yeah, I would say, like we used to call it a meetup the first time, but now we're getting quite a few people. So probably we should call it an event or something. State of the Union, I don't know. But yeah, I will be there, sure. Well, I choose decons over ZSH because I think it has a nice web interface which allows you a lot of control. It allows you great debugging on the mesh of your network. It allows you to make groups and other things like in your Zigbee mesh and actually connect switches directly to the light without Home Assistant interference. So even if it's down, the switch will still work. Those kinds of things. I think that's a major improvement over using ZSH. But yeah, ZSH is nicely integrated and well developed as well. So I think that's a good solution too. People like it as well. Better quality picture than the 4cam. Yeah, sure. Frank. It's pronounced like show me, like shower. Not sure what you're talking about. I missed something. Totally agree, decons is the way to go. Yeah, but that's personal opinion. How can I automatically get my phone to activate WireGuard VPN connection when disconnected from my home network? That's a setting on your phone. I show it in the YouTube video on WireGuard. That's, by the way, amazing. The WireGuard video. I almost forgot the WireGuard video. I did the WireGuard video. It's basically the first like true dedicated YouTube video I did, and the response was amazing from all of you guys. So I'm thinking of doing this more often. So let me know what you think. The music is from the Rocket League game. The music is actually from Monster Cat, and Rocket League uses Monster Cat music. But yeah, Zigbee to MQTT is way cheaper. Yeah. It could be. I think it's money wrongly spent, since you're talking about like a couple of bucks versus 40 bucks for the initial investment, and like then you get a stick which you have to flash with firmware, you have to hack it, and then the range of the thing is terrible if you buy one of those, and or you just buy a decon stick, which is a little bit more expensive, and then you have like a nice case and great range and nicely upgradable firmware. It's not a choice for me actually. I can't believe that I have the camera. I can't believe I have the camera, but haven't been able to integrate it into Home Assistant. Hey Keith, thank you for resubscribing. Thank you, mate. That's appreciated. Hello on YouTube as Twitch is being broken. Oh, okay. I think we're some people. And that's one of the main things I love about decons. I can talk without HA, yeah. And the thing I hate about Zigbee to MQTT is because it adds another thing. Like, you need also MQTT. And MQTT has limitations concerning Zigbee devices which you won't have with the decons or built-in. Yeah, some things aren't possible in MQTT. Dutch Nicholas, I will be there. Bet you are, sir. Cool, see you in Amen. Hey, Case. Yeah, I saw your tweet. Sure, we're going to shake hands, man. That's for sure. Thank you so much. What is going on? How you doing? I'm not doing an add-on at this point. I have Zigbee now with decons. Can also mix it. Okay. Hi there, using your ConfigApp Pro is very good. I'm sucked up in chat. I'm not doing anything to do it, by the way. Range is terrible. How to say Xiaomi? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know it's, we say Xiaomi, but it's Xiaomi, I know. I agree with the decon choice, by the way. Yeah, it's personal. MQTT range is fine, just doesn't like overlap with Wi-Fi network. But that's not a Zigbee to MQTT thing, that's a Zigbee thing. Zigbee and Wi-Fi use the same frequencies. Welcome back. Thank you, mate. Wait, so the range of decons is better than Zigbee to MQTT? No, the stick. Like if you use one of those debugger sticks, they have like a terrible range. I think in my case, and it should be, by the way, the decon stick has a better range compared to the debugger sticks that people use to get a cheap Zigbee to MQTT network. Turn on light switch instead of Zigbee to MQTT. Where does the automation in HA? It doesn't have to be in HA. That's kind of the point. Like I have automations in HA, but hitting a wall switch is not an automation. That's an action by a user. And I think that one should always work. But yeah. Why the automation UI only works with automations? Yeah, I do not use it, but you can still use it and still have many files, like a mixture that works. Yeah, the Combi 2 meant. The Combi 1 and 2 have the same range. Thanks for all your work, and recently Wireguard, nice to see you streaming again. Hey man, I'm based in Norway, but currently in the Netherlands. Hey man, Groningen to be exact. Nice man, watching the motocross of destinations in Assen tomorrow and Sunday. Oh yeah, there's a big event in Assen, the motor races. Cool. Are there any Zigbee thermostat you know of that I could use with decons? No, I'm not aware of those. Actually, my thermostats are Z-Wave based and Wi-Fi based, so yeah. Okay. So let's get something done. I'm already streaming a half an hour and I haven't done anything besides talking, reading the chat, and looking at like this screen. And my new camera for the little guy who's sleeping like no, what's she called again? Well, doesn't matter. So what's up for today? Oh, this is my decons, by the way, running. I love that thing. Here you go. Ruptero, thank you for the super chat, man. I got the C2 Pro and UV security cam, but I cannot integrate it with chip. Would you like to be able to add it with motion sense? Could you share your conf? I do not have motion sensoring in my camera at this point, but my camera, how I connect it is on GitHub. Since we're talking about GitHub today, I can just browse to it and then we can talk about it. Config, entities. Let me up that font a bit. Cameras, bedroom Flynn. So here you go. That's the config. That's how I integrate it. So this is a camera platform. The OnFIF I use, by the way, for the C2 Pro. And then I use like the host port, which is 8000, I believe, and then the username, password. That's it. Might get into decons. I would definitely recommend it. Absolutely recommend it. And if you, let's say you do not like decons, and you have still bought the decon stick, right? Just plug in the stick into your system, turn off the decons add-on and switch to the ZSH integration. That's possible too with the same stick, so that's cool. Is there a way to put Zigbee sensors to sleep? It uses too much battery. Zigbee devices should go to sleep. Like my Xiaomi devices, I live over a year in this house and I've never replaced one of those little batteries. So, yeah. Is the stream bot down? No YouTube comments. It's on my screen, by the way. I see YouTube comments. One thing about a Combi sticks using USB extension cord for the best results. Yeah, it's better to have it not close to the computer you have it on. So have a USB extension cord to I don't know, make the stick somewhere like 1 or 2 meters from your computer. You will have way better results. That's absolutely true, Robert. Thank you for the reminder. But this is how my camera is integrated. What about your ventilation you had open on your HA? Also through MQTT or something like that? No, I do not have MQTT actually. I do not have MQTT. It's an ESP home device. So my ventilation is actually a homemade ESP home device based on a Son of Jewel. So if I go to ESP home, this one, this is actually the ventilation system, which is also on my GitHub. And this is a homemade one with a Son of Jewel, Jewel R2, what I used. And yeah, it just comes in and looks really nice. Oh, that's it. Decons works really great, long range to pick up your sensors. Yeah, I moved all my Zigbee stuff off Wink, and range and reliability is like night and day. Here we go. Does the home automation UI still work on your custom configuration setup? In my case, no. Because I do not have the automation.yaml file in my root project. I do not feel the need to use the automation. Alex, 11 months in a row. Hey mate, how do you do? I wish I could play you in like an animation now for my friend, but my Stream Deck, it's like it's a horrible product. That's how I feel right now. Okay. Okay, that's my ventilation. Anything else? Then we can jump into GitHub, because I want to talk about GitHub tonight. Actually, that was the stream subject, right? And I'm going to show you something else before I do that. So, GitHub has a thing called Actions, right here, and which allows you to do checks, automatic checks on your code base, just CI, like. And this is the awesome list, and I added like CI inside GitHub that checks if the awesome list actually is okay. Like, are all links working? Are the PRs that people opened? All those kinds of things, right? So it checks my awesome list, which is kind of nice. I used to use Travis CI for this here, but now it's in GitHub Self, which is nice. If we go to my home system configuration right here, I already use like a build system. I use, open a new tab, here we go. I use GitLab. So my configuration is on GitHub and it will be synchronized with GitLab. And GitLab actually runs the CI for me. So if we go into this pipeline that ran 4 hours ago, you can see actually my JSON is checked. The markdown, like the textual thing is checked. As shell check for shell scripts that are living in my repo. It checks the YAML. It's all YAML formatted nicely and the way I want it to. And then it checks my configuration against Home Assistant development version, the latest version, and the RC version, which is the release candidate or the beta. And the same goes for ESP Home. It will check the beta and the latest release, the stable release. And why this is important for me is because this runs like every day, but also every time I commit something. And if I put something here, I will get notified by email if the build fails. So I know I did not have my YAML, like, pretty neat. I know that it might work in the current version, but the dev breaks. And I know already before I even upgrade that my Home Assistant configuration isn't valid for the upcoming release, probably, maybe. You don't know for sure, but something to check out, right? And the same works for ESP Home. Thanks God, thank you for subscribing on YouTube, man, that's appreciated, thank you so much. So this basically runs everything I do, every time I do something, and automatically every day. As you can see, even though I wasn't active and didn't do anything, like you can still see it's the same commit version, it still checks it every day, so it will check the latest dev case. But the thing about this is kind of custom. This runs on my own servers, this piece. So you cannot really copy paste it totally. Secondly, it's not on GitHub itself, it's outside of it, which just kind of sucks. And I'm happy, I like GitLab CI, don't get me wrong, I like it, but it would be much neater if I just could like combine it in here and have like an action that, a GitHub action, that's what it's called by the way. To have an action here that actually does the same thing as I do right now on GitLab. So I have one place where everything resides. That's kind of my goal. So yesterday or 2 days ago, I did the same trick with the awesome list, and I kind of liked it a bit, like felt okay-ish. So I made this little workflow called awesome.yaml. This is the awesome CI, and it's just doing a simple linting job and executes it every night, and I'm happy. I want this for my Home Assistant configuration. So that's my goal for tonight. I want to find out how this works. I'm not an expert, I have no clue. I'm going to trail and error like an asshole, and we're going to find out how this works, and if I can just get this thing running on my Home Assistant configuration. And if this works, it should be like a simple YAML file which other people could copy and should just work. So I want to get into a system that uses their cloud runners and stuff just like out of the box. Like you could copy the file and it should work. That's the idea. Must be simple, good, quick, and usable. Actions finally, yeah. I have a problem with decons in HA. When I restart, suffix often change. That should not happen. That should not happen. Just roaming around doing chores at home, so I'm not really active. That's okay, mate. Thank you for lurking, man. That's great too. Hey, is it possible that I discovered no drag bug? Yeah, you should. It could be. They have hundreds of bugs open, so yeah, sure. I'm trying to send JSON data to IFT. I'm sorry, that's... No extra keys are allowed. I'm not sure, mate. Not sure. Cannot help you there, mister. Try the forums or the chats. I'm not an expert in Node-RED. Like, that's an understatement of the year. So we're GitHub Actions. Actually, and I have no clue where to start, to be honest, at this point. So I want to mimic this all. I want to mimic this whole thing. I want to mimic like this JSON lint stuff and Markdown lint stuff. So that's going to be interesting, right? I just noticed something about. I just don't know how this all works. Concept, workflow, okay, job, I get it all. Okay, let's do. I'm going to take this like the bold steps. I'm going to just click. Oh, I want the workflow. So I would have expected some kind of UI or something. Oh, you have to click here. Okay. No. All kind of stuff in here. That's kind of cool. But nothing what I like. Okay, let's do a setup myself. Full syntax references here. Okay, that's something we're going to need. That's for sure. Let's drop it here. Full syntax. Oh, cool. That's helpful. Like a simple list of things you can do. So when it should execute, which types, pull request and stuff, find jobs, job names. Okay, makes sense. Fine. What else? Control when your workflows are triggered. Push on master release, push on any branch. Just push probably. Pull request, sure. I want to do pull request as well. So execute on pull requests. I run every day, so I probably need this to be a list. Cron, and let's execute it like every day at 12, like in the afternoon. That should do the trick. Runs on Ubuntu latest. We got a couple of steps. We need to check out. Sure, we need to check the code. We need to code. And then run a script. Let's just do the echo hello world. Matrix test. You can define multiple jobs. Okay, this is not a job to build. This is just a, whatever. This is a test. You can define multiple jobs. Conditionally run. Okay. A workflow is made of one or more jobs. Jobs run in parallel by default. That's a good thing to know. So if you specify multiple jobs, they will run in parallel. That's nice because, well, we can do multiple things at the same time. Okay. Yeah, let's commit this. Sparkles initial workflow start. Commit. No, that's not what I wanted. Leroy, thank you for the super chat, man. That's appreciated. Thank you for the useful content. You're welcome, mate. You're welcome. There we go. We just triggered it. Here we go. It's running. Home Assistant CI. So it has the title. Probably freaking useless at this point. And I expected something. Here we go. It's setting up the job. Choo choo, homies. Well, that's a good start. Choo choo. So we have a CI that now triggers. Like a lot. And it's completely useless, but it's a good start. Nice. Let's see what's the chat. Love the idea of HA validate action. Put all the source code in a repo can step. Yeah, that's the idea case. I know. That's something I'm chasing for, but let's just start making it, like, I don't know, usable in here or something. I'm not sure where to go yet. Your head is over in code. Frank, you're hiding the code. Oh, I am. Oh, that sucks. That's probably more like it. Great hat. Thank you, mate. Oh. So I've been notified by a friend of mine who's running... I want to figure out how I can run like a Docker container. So what I actually want to do, besides all these other things, I would love to be able to run like an external Docker container. I know it's possible. Somebody has notified me and thanked me for the hint, which I didn't realize it was a hint. let me open this. He actually uses an external thing. I think this is a little bit the way to go, so we can start using like existing containers. And this is actually cool. This guy actually built, this is a MJ Ryder. MJ Ryder is also the one who rewrote large parts of the Hasio CLI. C-Dex, thank you for the cheers, mate. That's really appreciated. And he made a project called Pipeline Components, and these are all kinds of like things you can use to like run linters and stuff. So this is the way how you can use Docker. And it would be kind of cool if you could just reuse the components that Home Assistant already made available. So if you look at like my GitLab CI, where is it? Do I have it open still somewhere? Do I still have my GitLab CI somewhere? Yeah, here it is. Here's my GitLab CI. If we look at this GitLab CI, we should look at the file. Visual Studio Code. Hello, Visual Studio Code. Let's pick up my GitLab CI right here. So if we look at my GitLab CI, you would actually see that for things like Home Assistant, HA, I'm actually using... Where is it? That's below here. I'm actually using the Home Assistant Docker images. And the cool thing about this is this Docker container already contains like Python, it contains Home Assistant, it's all pre-built, it contains all the dependencies it needs. Like, this is like a complete usable thingy that just runs, right? So I should be able just to pick up this thing and use it the way MJ Ryder did right here. So let's be a lame little fella. Let's just copy and paste this piece. And then find my editor again. Oh man, I have a mess at this point already. Here we go. So let's say we call this like, let's do a Home Assistant. Yep. True Judo, thank you for resubscribing 9 months in a row, mate. That's appreciated. I have a mess of my... Here we go. So let's pick up Home Assistant latest, which should actually be Home Assistant stable, but okay, that's fine for now. Then we should run a command. And a command is actually already in my... here in this little thing. Daniel, thank you for subscribing on YouTube, man, that's appreciated. So let's just start with this little thing, Python -m, Home Assistant version. So it will actually not do anything yet, but it should show us the version, right? So with Arch, is that how it works? I'm not sure. So we have the name, it uses a Docker container with just a run. Oh, that's cool. Can just do run. Okay. So this is going to be run. No, I do not want to save. So this should pick up Home Assistant, the latest version, and show us the version. That's the idea. You can create a Docker file in Exodus as well. Yeah, you can, Paul. The problem, however, with the way GitHub Actions work is that they build the Docker file on run, which is slow, I think. Dab Hattie, wow, how did you embed Visual Studio Code in a Home Assistant? Oh boy, somebody is, where have you been? Yeah, Home Assistant Visual Studio Code is available as an add-on, which contains the Home Assistant extension as well out of the box, pre-configured and well, made by Case, who was in here in the chat as well tonight. But yeah, you can run Home Assistant, like Visual Studio Code inside Home Assistant in your web browser, which is kind of cool. Integrated and well. Roman, thank you for the super chat, man. That's appreciated. I've missed your streams. Oh boy, I've missed you too, mate. Welcome back. Thank you so much. And doing integration tests against those Docker images, and Frank. I'm not sure what that is going. Geen problemo. It's a HasIO add-on. It is. It is. Runs is the host OS, I believe. It is? Okay, let me check again. Runs a command line using the operating system shell if you do not provide a name. Oh, I see. Okay. Custom shell with. Ian, thank you so much, man. 7 months in a row, that's awesome. Hey, mate. Hi. How do you do? I don't use HasIO. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Yeah, then you're out of luck. I run Home Assistant and VM. Oh boy. Look at width, enter point and arch. Yeah, width is an input parameter for the action. Each key value pair, blah blah blah. Okay, fine. Width, arch. So that's the enter point. Okay, so that's kind of. This is kind of. Okay. Actually, since it's just one command, so I probably would be better off if I created a separate Docker container. But for now, okay, I will do it. So let's say. Let's call arguments. Let's do it. Let's call the arguments. So where is it? Something like this. Yeah. Something like that. So this should pick up the Home Assistant image, the Docker image, and then run and show the version of Home Assistant. Let's see what it does. Actions. Pipeline is not valid. Couldn't you tell me that before you actually committed this? That's gonna suck. That kind of sucks. Like, I wasn't the editor. You could have already told me that. So what's wrong? So why don't you tell me it's wrong? And what is wrong? I need to quote it. It's not in here. The workflow pipeline is not valid. Unexpected value arch. Arguments are not expected there, so that's the part of the issue, actually. So, okay. I'm getting blind here. Width. Oh, it's subset of width. Okay. So we have to edit this with. Here we go. Hey Frank, did you pull the trigger on buying the server? No, I did not yet. With arch, isn't it? Yeah, it's indeed, it's with. Did you cut the width part? Yeah, I did. I wish I had this chat when I'm writing code. Oh yeah, you guys help out a lot. Hmm? Hmm? This takes a while though. That's not good. Come on now. This is normal. There it is. Gets my repo. Home Assistant 0.99.3. So this works. It pulls the image each time, yeah. Kinda expected that. The kinda nice thing about the GitLab CI I use, because I use my own build service on GitLab CI, is that I'm in control of the server, and the Home Assistant images are actually already present on the server, so it doesn't have to pull it. Docker that runs it in already has it, which is kinda nice. Okay. But yeah, it's showing the version. Like, that's the first step, right? Okay, but I cannot run multiple commands right now. I can run the same. Interesting. So this is something I could run on, like this is my configure my secret stop. So I have secrets stored, which I obviously have not on my GitHub. Nevertheless, I do have a fake secrets file, which contains all the secrets, but then with fake data to check my config in. And this one copies it from the stop folder. There are stop files in there, and they are placed in the config folder. So probably I should execute this on a host. So this would probably be something like code. Copy stop files. That should probably just copy in these things, right? So that's the idea. This Home Assistant version. I could combine these commands. I could do something like Python. Yeah, probably a better solution. It shows the version at first, then we'll run the check command. Let me get the check command from GitLab. This one. This should work. I'm not sure if they like it, but okay. So let's print the version and then run the check. This will copy the stop files. So what I expect to happen now, it will check out, it will place the stop files in the right location, and it will do a Home Assistant check against the latest version by printing this version number and then run the check command. Would be nice to have cache though. Yeah, Falco, but they are working on cache. I believe that it's expected to be here anytime soon. In November, I believe everybody will get like everything or something. Not sure how that works. It's name, not uses. Did I do it wrong? Well, we'll see in a second, I guess. Looks good. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow, man. That's appreciated. Not sure why I haven't seen a pop-up yet. You fixed it, don't worry. Oh, okay. This kind of works, probably. And now this is the exciting part. This is not the output I expected, to be honest. Let's get into the output of GitLab right here. What it should look like. This is what I expected to see. Do your real-link cameras produce audio, Frank? Yes, they do. NHA, I don't know. Haven't tested it, to be honest. And I'm like, it's the one that's active right now is from the little guy. He's asleep, so I'm not really like looking forward to do an audio test right now. Hope you understand though. I believe it only supports a single command. Okay, but does it have like no, it does not have a version, so that's that kind of sucks. Okay, so let's get back and let's see. This is the issue. So we could just, I would like to see a version, so I probably am going to create like a custom action with which is something I'm going to worry about later, not at this point. I want to go like play around with this and get something useful. So let's just copy this right in here, and let's say Home Assistant version. Then this should do the thing, right? So it shows the version, and then the second command it will do the check. Split version and yeah, I've seen it, Paul. Thank you. So committed it. Let's see. So I'm not sure if Case is still around, but as far as I understand, you can like make like workflow steps. So those are single steps you share. It's not possible to share. Is it possible to share bigger parts of a workflow? I'm not sure. Like the same way, like it's just a single action you can share, right? Gurjan, hey Frank, did you pull the trigger on buying the server? Did I answer that? I'm not sure, Gurjan. I'm not sure if I answered, but I did not. I'm still like tweaking a bit with parts. I'm also looking a bit on parts I probably have, which I can reuse, or parts that I can get online, like a video card. I would like to have like a nice GPU for TensorFlow and stuff, but I do not need high-end stuff. I need like a thing a little bit more, but not like the greatest. So I'm looking into getting maybe a card from like, I don't know, eBay kind of thing maybe. Unrecognized arguments slash. So it's not like a shell thingy, like multi-line thing. So that's probably what's killing it. Okay, well, let's make it a single line then. Not sure if it's an issue with the stream components. Works with audio and RTSP and VLC. I have no idea if audio is supported actually in a stream component. Does anybody know if audio is supported in a stream component? Home Assistant? I have no clue, man. Yeah, I have audio from my wise cam. Okay. So that it is working. It is possible, apparently. I absolutely cannot try. I do have another one here on my desk, but I'm lacking cables and parts to actually connect it at this point. But you have to enable the microphone first. Oh, on the device itself. True, there's an audio switch on the device itself. If I, oh, you did that. Oh. In that case, I don't know. So this is the version check. We already know this is working. This is nice. This is actually really nice. So does the, let's see, what is, this is the arch, this is CMD, that's the entry point. Cool. Secrets and stuff. It's fine, but you cannot send in Docker build, Docker. Can you send in Docker arguments? Like, would the env stuff for Docker actually be available? There's something here about env. Environment, on schedule, jobs, name, needs, runs on, steps, timeout, admin strategy. Env. Node env is development. Yeah, that's an environment. It's not an argument, is it? Interesting. Greetings from Move to Spain. Oh. Greetings, man. Can you auto-generate a stop secrets file? Could be possible if we looked, if we made a little script that goes through all the secret, through all the YAML files, uses a regular expression to get all the secret call statements and just fill them in with something. Could be. Maybe. Or do you have to change it manually after you change the secrets file? Yeah, I keep those two in sync. So if I open them next to each other, they will look exactly the same, except their values are different, of course. But basically, yes. I keep them both in sync. Where is it? Here it is. But yay! It passed. And this is actually the output I expected. So what this thing now does, this little action we made here, is it runs Home Assistant CI. And it does it in about, what's the total? Is there a total here? No. Done the action. Performac, thank you for resubscribing, man. That's awesome. Welcome back. Thank you, mate. Welcome back to you too, mate. It runs in 2 minutes and 5 seconds. So if we look at here, this step takes about 1 minute and 30 seconds. So it's a tad slower. But then again, this does not do like the pulling stuff because it already has the images. So it says pulling, but it doesn't have to. So actually not bad. Only issue is the config validated type 2. Yeah, correct. So if you have a boolean, how would you know with the regular expression getting all secrets right? That's not going to work. So yeah. Not a massive difference though, to be honest. No, it's not a massive difference. I could make it a big difference by making like this is I'm executing this twice, right? So that's not really helpful. That's not helping it at all. And I'm not running just tests, so we could spice it up a little. For example, I want to run YAML lint. Because I like YAML lint. I like to have a YAML linting on my system. And I actually want to be able to run it before I run my Home Assistant configuration. So in that case, my Home Assistant test will depend on the YAML test. So if the YAML test fails, I want my Home Assistant test to fail as well. So let's add in YAML, let's do some extra checks. So let's go in here again. So let's say, so this is config or something. Check, config check, config, check, whatever. This is linting. Runs on Ubuntu latest. Okay, so this linting step uses the action checkout. We should give that thing a name, by the way, just to make it not look nice. Nice. Something like this, right? So hot. This needs to do the same thing. And then I need to run YAML-lint, and I'm going to use the pipeline component stuff by the friend of mine, which is actually really neat stuff. So basically it's something like this one. JSON-lint, I probably want to do JSON-lint as well. Remark-lint. Okay. Where is it? I'm getting lost here. Running YAML-lint. I think it's YAML-lint latest. Let's see. Just YAML-lint dot. That's it. Okay, I can do that. What did I do for YAML-lint? YAML-lint dot. Okay. Let's do that. So hey Frank, finally caught you live. Cool, man. Hope you had a great holiday. I had. Been watching replays. Thanks for all your inspiration and tips. Cheers. Well, you're welcome, mate. You're welcome. Hey, hello, this is homie. Where were you? We missed you. Oh, good to hear. I had a holiday. Like, it was holiday season. I went on a vacation with the family. Yep. Put my ass on the beach and just looked at the sea. Okay, so they are now running in parallel. As you can see, they're running both at the same time, which is not ideal, to be honest. And YAML-lint fails. Because of the Home Assistant workflow itself. Okay, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Fruity fellow should be true or false. Nice. So YAML-lint fails because of the CI operation, something. So Commander, thank you for the follow, man. That's appreciated. You're not officially a Home Assistant homie. Please let me know in the chat. No, that's not a good question. I do not have my stream deck. I do not have animations. But that works. So how does the depending work? Since this is now, we should definitely fix this warning, by the way, but this is now running before the linting, and I want, if the linting fails, I do not want it to go to the checks, actually. So there's a dependency here. Depend. Oh boy. The beach ball of death. It's the beach ball of death. Needs. Yeah. I need a browser. by the way, did you order the new Stream Deck? No, my Stream Deck is in for repair. Oh boy. My stream still works, right? Oh boy. Normally I would play an animation. Fuck. Not the bigger one. I did not order anything, mate. It's broken. It's sent in for repair. So let them check. And let them come up with a solution. Okay, done coding for a day. Yeah, seems like it. It's really dead, Jim. I only get a force quit option. Beer time. No, I need another coffee, actually. Thank you, Paul. That's what I needed. Getting on vacation November myself, 5 weeks US. Go to the Netherlands. Go to the Netherlands as well, man. To Amsterdam on November 13th. Yeah, let's click a link. That's probably helpful. Oh, it's opening in a different browser. Okay. That's a sad gift. Also, if you only specify the arch, I'm thinking you might have an issue if you have a container with an entry point set. Yeah, I'm pretty darn sure it is. But in this case, works pretty well. And I might actually make like an action that we can use with some stuff. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Let's figure out if I can replicate the workflow I have right now. And then I can look into how to make it like simple and more portable and usable by others, right? So let's just start with that simple thing. But right now it's not coming back, and it's just that gem, which gives me time to get another coffee and take a visit a little room in our house for a moment. So I will be back in a sec. Hold on, and then I need to click here. Oh, God, I missed the Stream Deck thingy. Yeah, boy. Let's see. Let me fix my PC real quick here. I'm back, by the way. Step 5. So which controller for LED strips do you guys recommend in order to integrate with HA? What do you guys recommend? I would recommend just building a controller using a ESP chip, to be honest. But maybe there's another solution. I also have one of those Philips Hue LED strips, LED strips. Those are pretty nice as well, to be honest, but they're way too expensive, so I have only one. The other ones are running ESP Home in my case with Windows D Mini. I use them with ESP Home. Something new is WLED. It's a program for ESPs. Dr. Z's actually used it in one of his latest videos, so you could check him out. People seem to like it. I do not like it. I'm QTT based, but that's me. But it seems to be pretty well built. Meanwhile, WLED is hot now. Probably is. Meanwhile, my Vivaldi would not kill itself. Like the force quit is not even working. That's a long time since that happened to me on Vivaldi. Oh, they have an update. Fixes a crash. Yeah, let's install the update real quick. Hold on. Hold on, you horses. I'm updating. Live on stream. You cannot see it, but I'm doing it. Choo-choo, Omi. Hey, V-Cloud. How do you do, Carlo? Thank you for tuning in, mate. Here we go. What's new? I hope a stable browser. Okay. GitHub.com. Where was I? Let me switch to my desktop here. Hello, welcome back to my desktop. So let's try this again. Where was I? I was building the freaking thing. Okay, and I was looking for needs. That is needs for a job. Is there also needs for a step? Apparently not. So I cannot run steps like pull Docker image already, even though. Okay. So this one needs. This is where you put it. Job ID needs. Yeah, needs another one. So this one needs linting to finish. This one needs linting to finish. Okay, that makes sense. Next, this was invalid actually. It gave a warning on something. Let me check. Thank you for the follow, by the way, Chevy Wood. That's appreciated. Speak out. What kind of GitHub actions were you thinking about? I'm thinking about doing like automated GitHub actions on my home assistant configuration, my personal one. So this is Friday night. I'm just fooling around a bit, and I've been playing with this thing like GitHub actions a bit 2 days ago. And actually kind of okay. It's kind of okay. It would be cool if my GitHub config is actually just in GitHub actions checked and linted and stuff. And well, it actually does already. Line 3, true T value on line 3. What's the true T value on line 3? There's no true. Oh, it's on. That's not a true T value, mate. That's a buck and jumble lint. Oh boy. You would have to disable that check. No, I will not. That's actually wrong. this is actually a bug. This is not the 3D value. This is just the key on. There's no way I can just wait. Frank at my home will love your DIY articles or videos. The doorbell one was amazing. Cool. Glad you liked it. Waiting for new ones. I'm not sure, mate. I'm not one that goes. I'm not the kind of person that goes into production like making a lot of the same things or so. Maybe I do another one in the future if I feel like it. I don't have a real theme, right? Like add-ons is kind of my thing, but some I'm not doing too many lately. Like I keep them maintained and updated, but I do not have like a real theme or something. Okay, so this is just broken. Can I comment it out with John Lind? Disable check somewhere. Disable with comments. Yes, I can. Okay. So let's disable this check right there. And the error it came up with was truthy. YAML disable truthy. Yeah. That would disable it all. YAML disable line. This seems to be okay though. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, so now if YAML fails, it will not execute the check. That's the idea. Okay. I'm out of inspiration for Git comments. Fixes linting and check and depend check on lint. I think my commit comments go down to one worth of 50. Yeah, it's kind of tempting, right? To just go to just do simple worth and that's it. Well, it passes now and it pops up with the check. Here we go. So that's the next one that gets triggered because this one actually passes. So that's cool. Did I see now twice, or was it an error? Yeah, it was. The cool thing about using the Docker containers for Home Assistant, by the way, is that Home Assistant has a thing called Wheels. In case you don't know what it is, Wheels is like a pre-built, pre-packaged Python package. So in case your Home Assistant needs, I don't know, Philips Hue stuff, I think that's built in, by the way, but maybe the wrong example. But let's say Philips Hue is not shipped with the Docker image, and your configuration would contain Philips Hue. Home Assistant will actually, for the version check, try to download the packages it needs to verify your configuration. So it will download Philips Hue, in this case some other things, like it's trying to install these things. You can see right here below, AIO files, AIO GitHub API, those things are actually not in the Docker images it downloaded. But because we're using the Home Assistant image right here, the Home Assistant Docker images, it actually leverages the HasIO wheels, and those are pre-built, prefabricated, ready to go packages for the Docker images, so they install pretty lightning fast. So if you're installing, I don't know, probably wrong example, but let's say TensorFlow, and if the wheel is okay, it will just pick up the pre-built package instead of trying to build and install it on runtime. So that's kind of cool. That speeds up the builds enormously. The Home Assistant check passes. Woohoo! I would play an animation right now. So we have a simple linting job, which now does YAML lint. Actually, what I could do is not call it linting, but call it YAML lint, and all those other names. Split it up in many jobs. So I would do YAML lint, JSON lint, shell check, markdown lint, which I should probably replace with remark, which is a lot better than MDL. Yeah. Hello, homies. Hey, Fee-Fetter. How do you do, mate? But yeah, this is the thing I want, right? So let's go a bit overboard. Let's now do like some real big changes to this thing. So let's, I don't know. HA. I'm not sure if the job name is allowed. Home Assistant. Are there any rules to the job names? Jobs. The job ID must start with a letter or and contain only alphanumeric characters, a dash, or underscore. Okay. Okay, that I can do. Okay. Home Assistant beta, I should use table. Stable. What else would be really cool, but this is like overstating it. Like I could also, like in my Home Assistant folder right here in my configuration, right at the root of the project, there's a file called, sorry, in the config folder, there's a file called H8 version. And this actually contains the version that I'm using. It would be really neat if I could like use that one instead of latest, so I could actually check the actual version I'm using based on what's in the configuration. That would be even nicer. Next step maybe. Okay, can I do that? Then I would need it like before. I'm not sure. Let's check it out later. Home Assistant stable. Home Assistant, this is going to be darn ugly, but I'm still going to do it. Let's call this beta. It's called beta nowadays, right? Not RC anymore. Can't you template this for every version? I could probably, but I'm not looking for pretty at this point. I'm looking for what I want to have it, where I want to be, before I actually start making optimizations. So this is just like the but ugly copy paste stuff before we're actually going to do something else. So this is going to be job YAML lint. This runs YAML lint, so that's fine. Now I should do something similar for JSON lint. I saw the JSON lint example already in the repo that I got. MJ Writer. Oh, that's actually pretty neat. lint YAML. I'm just going to call it YAML. This is called JSON lint. JSON lint, YAML lint. Okay. This needs to be like now an array. Like needs to be. Can I do multiple? Yes, I can. So this is going to be YAML lint, JSON lint. This is just trying to get variables into the Docker file. To be honest, didn't use the image in those commands. Okay. You can still use Home Assistant latest in Home Assistant stable Java for checking config. You only changed it for printing the version. Ah, well spotted, mate. Thank you so much. Okay. Well, this would add YAML lint, JSON lint, and this would add the other checks as well. And they should run in parallel. So stable, beta, and dev, Home Assistant should run in parallel, and so do YAML lint and JSON lint, since they do not depend on each other. This should be copied. Running JSON lint. Yeah. Let's see what it does. These pipeline components containers are so darn small and quick. I love them. It's a project by a coworker of mine, and he used the idea I used for the add-ons, community add-ons, and he just made like a huge project with all kinds of failures in it. What the hell is here? Yeah, I do not have JSON files. Great example. Failure. No, I want to have the GitLab CI. Yeah, I use a total different thing, but this is a complete script. I don't see how I can add this to. I could make it a one-liner. It's going to be darn ugly. I kind of don't like the way. If you set your privacy to private on GitHub, is it then safe to upload all HI files, including secrets? No. I tend to say yes, but the answer is no. You should not make secrets leave your computer, ever, in my humble opinion. Not even in backups, so yeah. Why can't you call in run? Because run is executed outside the container. Do a Docker file entry point in a folder and call that. to a Docker file slash entry point. Yeah, probably, yes. I get what you mean, like create your own action and do not rely on like extend the Docker container. I see what you mean. I kind of try to avoid it. So JSON lint might be like not the best check in this case, since, well, yeah, I do not have JSON files at this point. I might have in the future, but actually it's useless to execute since I do not have those, so let's not. Let's not. I could do a remark lint though. Let's replace this thing with remark lint and use that, since remark I do have markdown. Agree? Capì. Do you know what, just like since it doesn't have it doesn't need slashes in the end because I use this pipe. So in this case, finally catching you online. Hope I didn't miss you out. No man, you're still here. I'm not sure. I don't think you can just put this into an argument. I could try. We could try. Let's just try. Why not? Let's just try. Let's see what happens. Let's just see what happens. Like, I don't know. Let's say, where is it? It's here. Okay. All right. Like so? Mr. Banani? This is what you thought of, right? Like, try this. Think so. Okay. No, it's double P, right? Whatever. Okay, let's see. Nope. Nope, it's executed as a single line. This is not how a single line should be formatted, so this is why it fails. I could format it as a single line. It's just horrible. Okay, let's skip this part, since I do not have JSON files, so it makes no sense either way, so let's not. It's going to be ugly AF, yeah. It's going to be really ugly, I agree. I agree. So let's just replace this piece here. Let's do a remark lint instead of JSON lint, since I do not have JSON files. And probably because I used MDL before, markdown lint instead of remark, it's probably finding new stuff. So the risk I'm taking right now is that this will just fail. Yeah. That's not good, by the way. It failed. And it just continued. So there's something wrong here for sure. Maybe it just doesn't fail on warnings. Just on errors. Not sure. But at least because it passes now, it triggers all the stable beta. And you didn't add the needs. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yeah, this is kind of nice, right? This allows you to run all kinds of things. However, the ProBot stuff also runs on GitHub Actions nowadays, which is kind of neat. So this is running a dev version. Kind of need to know if my configuration passes on dev, right? I feel like the whole GitHub Actions is like still a bit flaky. Like, why is it not showing me what it's doing right now? What's the reason for it? Like, it worked all the other times. This one is done. So the beta passes. Dev passes. Which is 0.1 on the dev. So my configuration still passes on dev, which we actually already knew because my GitLab CI, which is still working, already tested that. But this is cool. It's the linter return code. Oh boy. Take a look by the example on the end. Yeah, but script is passed into this action. So this action itself, like the main.js, probably picks up script right here. So that's different. That's not. This is like passing data into this thing, this action. It has nothing to do with Docker. It's very similar to Azure DevOps that doesn't always show output. Yeah, Azure DevOps. It is Azure. Yeah, basically, probably, if they're smart enough. Sure. So this job took 2 minutes. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. And the cool thing is, like what I could test, we could do something like this. So let's say I'm going to edit my config and go into my Lovelace UI. Added this thing, and I'm going to say this well, panels. Here we go. Just adding an as here. I'm going to create a new branch called test, and test propose. Let's open a PR on my own repository here. So I'm going to open a PR on my own repo. And this opens up all the checks. Here we go. So you can see them happening right now, right here. The changed panels. Right? They can see all the jobs happening. This is kind of nice. That's really cool. So besides like this little tab and the action tab here, you can also, well, they're running here, pull request and a push, both checking. But in the pull request itself, you can see it actually happening, which is really nice. And this all runs on their service, so it's like their resources and stuff. I guess you can run a plain shell script and do it all in the Docker magic. Sure, you can just build like, we could build a custom action that handles a lot of stuff for us. So I could make like a bunch of Home Assistant helper config checks, script stuff that executes a lot of these things. So the workflow file we have right now is pretty large, right? So it would be ideal if we could make that thing more logical, smaller, nicer. And we can actually do that, but that's not the point at this moment. Right now I'm looking for, okay, let's make a complete situation. Let's make it like everything I need. And it looks darn ugly, but it works. And then we're going to look in, okay, how can we optimize this? How can I make this prettier and smaller and tinier and look nice? But that's step 2. Working first, pretty later. So this kind of works. Simeon, hey homies, nice to see you live again, Frank. Hey Simeon, thank you for tuning in. How do you do, mate? All passed. So we know this PR is working. What we could do is try to make it deliberately broken. So let's say we're going to call this title with double E. That should not be valid, right? I'm not sure if that works for Lovelace. No, Lovelace isn't checked like that, so that's probably a wrong example. Hold on guys, be right back. back again. I guess you can run plain shell script to do all the Docker magic. Yeah, that would require running Docker in Docker. I'm not sure if that's supported and how that works at this point, by the way. So maybe check jobs at these steps with args, with an entry point, bash, and then run that. But still, that should be a single line in that case, the way it's passed. For example, the home assistant container is a bash where it's get executed, so I would expect it to work already. But yeah. Okay. So we have the pull request that runs it. We have the action now. So what am I missing at this point? ESP Home. I think ESP Home should have its own workflow. Like not the Home Assistant workflow. Shell check. I do not have shell scripts at this point. So YAML lint, Markdown lint, we had some Markdown issues, and ESP Home should have its own one. So this is pretty much it actually. So let's check why remark new version of Docker is available. That's not. Remind me later. So remark lint, does it have fail on warning? Does it have a switch for it? Remark lint CLI. Here we go. Exit 1 on warnings. Frail. Minus frail. Let's add that and see if it fails. Here we go. Markdown lint. That should make it fail. It failed, so now it works. That's cool. So I need to fix these. Unused definition, really? Do I have unused definitions? Cool. Okay, let's fix these. Let's go into Studio. So it's complaining about lists on 17, 18, 19, 20 to 31. Is it in the README or somewhere else? Or somewhere else, right? Code of conduct. Code of conduct. And what it wants, what is it wants me to do? Add 2 spaces? That makes no sense. Okay, so I definitely need to tune this one. Is there an allow failure in this definition? Continue on error. Set it to true. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do until this is fixed. So is that on the job level? Yes. No, it's on a step level. So you can allow a step to fail. Continue on error. Okay. Or you remove the needs. No. Because then the build still fails. I want the build to pass. Oh, this is actually cool. Matrix strategy. That's what I'm going to look at next. So let's commit this and let's see if we can do a matrix strategy on the Home Assistant versions. So ambulance, no, whatever. Allow remark to fail. Remark lint, better version of MDL? Yes, way better. MDL is kind of limited to a set of rules, while Remark allows you to enter a lot of plugins and make really extensive rules. So Markdown lint is like the basic linter, and Remark lint is like insane. For example, for the awesome list, I use Remark lint with the awesome list plugin, so it checks all the requirements for the awesome list, like I don't know, it has to have a badge on a certain place, and the index, the table of contents has to match like the actual contents, and those are things like that the awesome list specification requires. It has to be a specific format, and Remark lint can actually check that. So that's something you never can reach with Markdown lint. It does basic Markdown checks, but Remark lint, it's majorly complex, and it has so many freaking rules you can enable and tune. It's insane. You should check it out. It's also a bit complicated now and then. Okay, so meanwhile I allowed it to fail. Does that work? Yeah. So it failed, but still it passed. So it's kind of what I expected. Oh, cool. Next, I should be able to do a matrix for this one, right? So a matrix is like, I don't know, like if you want to execute, like in this example, like the same steps for all kinds of containers, then you can specify a matrix. Strategy matrix. Let's see if this works. So for Home Assistant, isn't matrix multiple OSs? No, it doesn't have to be multiple OSs. So let's define stabilities like stable beta and depth. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but hey, it's Git. We can always go back to the previous version, right? Okay. When you define a matrix of operating system, you must it require a run sound keyword. That's not. Context and expressions for syntax actions. Okay. Thank you for the follow, mate. That's appreciated. Thank you so much. I'm not sure if this works actually. Okay, let's just try. Let's like be silly and see if this works. So matrix.node would be matrix.stability, and we could but how would the name like the check run? Is this in parallel? How would it look on a bigger level? How would I customize like this name? I think I can't. Or can I? Would this replicate itself, or would this be replicated? Let's just try. Let's call this matrix. Let's see what happens. I know. Disable the old ones? Why? For the test, it's fine. Unrecognized name matrix. Job ID strategy matrix. Job ID strategy matrix. That's what I have, right? Jobs, job ID, strategy, matrix. Why is this not working? Are you okay? Somebody needs coffee, that's for sure. What's wrong with this approach? Pipeline is not valid. Line 43. Name value matrix unknown. 43. So it's failing on this place. But that's how they show this example. Time for the magic trick. He just needs coffee. It's the variable used outside of a width. I had this yesterday. So you cannot use it like in the container name. Like if you... That makes no sense. That makes no sense to me. Like why would they limit it to that? This is with a GitHub context. If expression, and I'm not interested in. Is it these are contexts you can use, which I not care about. So this is all the contexts you can use, which is nice. Not what I'm looking for. So basically you cannot use this right here in the uses. GitHub action uses context. This is where I came from. GitHub action, matrix, Docker. Had the same thing, trying to pass the variable into the Docker file. It's to do with how they push the variables, I think. I don't know. I would have expected this to work though. It would be cool. Saves a lot of repetition. Still, this is YAML, so I'm not sure if they're implementing the full spec, but we could just use like, I don't know, an anchor and then use that anchor over and over again to make it more, to make it smaller, but still. Why would it? Okay. Since it's YAML, you should use string interpolation, right? I'm not sure if I follow in this case, so we'll fly. I'm just going to assume this is not going to work right now. And I think I'm going to do it differently anyways. It would be cool if we could use this. Can I use Docker and Docker? Now read only, okay. Publish actions, CLI actions, yeah, that's not what I'm looking for. I know what they're trying to do, but nope. I think I closed a bit too much there. I could. What could I? I could nothing. I could make these steps like this step. I could combine this into like, I don't know, a usable GitHub action, like make an action called, I don't know, home assistant config check, but I wouldn't able to be passing. Holy shit, there's an awesome list, awesome actions list already. Yeah, there is. I don't think it works that way, Solidfly. Based on their own documentation. See? Yes, but that's when you use only the whole variable. Okay, that could make sense. Then again, where is it? This is just YAML. The same, right? I'm willing to try though. But I don't think it works like that though. We can try. I'm willing to try. For sure, if it works, I will be happy. Let's try. Try solution by Solidfly. Let's see. I've not tried it. I'm going to try it. So let's see what happens. Let's see. No problem. If it works, that would be amazing. At least it's not instantly dying. That's the good news. Like it did before. Now it doesn't die instantly. That seems to be working though. So far. And at least created 3 jobs, Solidfly. So that's good. And then it doesn't replace the variable, I think. Does it? Nope. So no, that's not working. At least it's not dying. Too soon, good job. Halfway there. Probably. Well, at least the matrix works, right? So it's primarily not being able to use a variable in the use, apparently. So if I go here... No, I do not want to enter my master password. Way. So I'm running into an issue with this piece, and probably you cannot use variables in the uses. Which is sad. Which makes no sense at all to me. And I don't get why not. Like, why would it work within the width, but not in here? Runs on Matrix OS. Let's take a look at this action. Action setup node. It should be somewhere on GitHub, right? This one does, but this sets it up on the system it runs on. But the runs on, can this be something different? No, that's the operating system. I cannot change that. That's what's already provided. So I don't think I can use like my own runs on. Is it? Can I? Oh, you can't. I'm pretty sure I can't. No, it's just these. That's the type of machine it runs on. And these probably just like install Node.js on the host system, so yeah. They install Node.js, so that's cool, but not the thing I'm looking for. I just want to be able to use the stability thingy right here, which apparently I can't. Maybe the quotes is the issue? I'm not sure. Which Twitch team are you using? I'm not using a Twitch theme. Is there a thing called themes in Twitch? If you mean the stream layout, that's custom made, so yeah, that's not a theme. Soulfly, single quote. Where, mate? I should not even have to quote this, by the way. This should just be probably. Maybe that's the trick. Maybe that's the trick. Don't know. Maybe? I know this is far-fetched, but it doesn't make sense in my head, at least. Or maybe I cannot make it part of the string in this case. I could try doing things like this. Let's see. Okay. Let's try a different approach here. Let's just say Nope, not valid. Unrecognized matrix. So you cannot use matrix at that point. That's probably just the issue, and I don't get it. It would make so much sense to have like a step being part of your matrix. Yeah, I don't see how this is going to work in a matrix form. Apparently cannot change the use. That makes no sense. GitHub action providing multiple steps. That's probably not possible, makes sense. Okay, where to go from here? How can I make this prettier? It's already pretty. It's really pretty. Okay, there's an awesome list for GitHub actions. Let's get it. Is there something usable in here? What can we use? GitHub management, collection of actions. Cool, whatever. Utility. And creates scripts in source code. That's pretty. Oh, that's pretty cool. That would be useful. What does it look for? Use its secret to scan your code. Never heard of secret. Okay, what are you looking for? That case, mate. Rules. AWS search password rule. Let's. Not sure. Looks nice. Whatever. Unlock Git crypt files. In your builds. Makes sense somewhat, but no. lint. That's kind of nice. labels, notifications, and a Telegram message. That's actually pretty nice. Sending notifications on the fact that your build passed. Deployment to Netlify. Deploy a playlist to Spotify. So you can actually build a playlist. GitHub repo and then deploy it. Run a Home Assistant command. Maddox? Really? Maddox? Oh, this is cool. This is actually cool. You can actually just have like, it's an old version. I'm not sure if this still works though. But this has a Docker file. Yeah, cool, Maddox. That's really nice. It has some stars though. But you can combine multiple actions in one folder, so in one repository, so that's cool. So how would it work in that case? You do... Okay. That's kind of nice. So I could create like, I don't know, a Home Assistant actions thingy. And create like a set of actions we can use. Like I couldn't create actions like this Maddox thing, but also, I don't know, I could create like a collection of steps people can use, you can use, or I can use at least. That's the main goal, of course. That brings in, I don't know, you can say actions, Frank, or Home Assistant actions, and then JOML lint, and remark lint, and all those kinds of things. So I could create like a series of different actions ready to go, which you could like just call out. Call on. Can you run and test actions locally? I guess you can. It's just a container, right? This is what I ended up with. Wouldn't say it's the tiniest. Okay. Come on. Yeah, you created your own JOML lint thingy here. Nice, this looks clean at least, that's cool. Yeah, and then with Docker file. The thing that's not nice about this is that it's constantly building this container. But with pipeline components we could reduce that, right? And then with an entry point that just does the multiple things already, with an entry file, with a run command thingy, we could actually make it. Yeah, but it takes 5 minutes exactly. But if we could, I could leverage the pipeline components in those actions and extending from the pipeline components. So that would be a pretty easy build, and just provide like a run script that runs the magic, and even incorporate some of the some settings. So let's say let's go back to Maddox's one, since that's a nice example. Probably he has an entry point and uses these variables, and how do they get passed as an env. Okay, but I probably should use with then in that case, maybe. It uses environment variables. Okay. Entry point, look at the HA1. Yeah, I get how the entry points works. It's just how the variable passing works. Since this does environment variables, which I kind of like maybe, but the, let's say, okay, building action, GitHub, passing variables. Like these inputs. So how do I get to these inputs? Require Docker file. Point argument. This is the metadata file for the store or something. Like the action setup node. This one. This was a nice example. If you look at this syntax, you will notice they pass the node version with a with. So no stuff with environment variables, but like this syntax is pretty cool. So let's say uses actions, I don't know, and then with something. So how does this with stuff get passed? Creating an action. So GitHub action build one, create. For your workflow, building actions about creating a JavaScript Docker container action. Entry point, inputs using arguments. It uses arguments. Mosquito. Meta file. So this is the width. This is what I expected. Okay, this is the meta you define, like how it looks. And this is how it's get used. So in the usage, one would say with agreed monad octocat. But because the definition of the action says arguments input with agreed, that's passed in as an argument. So that's $1 since it's the first argument. That's kind of ugly, I guess, but it has a default. Arch parcels the Docker command, yeah. Sleep well, I definitely need to look into this. But yeah, creating some actions. Why do I double click? You can't use them in the Docker files itself. That's not needed though. They're paused at runtime, not at build time. That's probably the issue you're referring to. Okay, let's pick up the awesome list of actions. Did I somewhere? I killed it. GitHub. So let's do this. Yeah. And this journey I will continue later on, to be honest. This is the repo. I do not have environment at this point which I can use. I do not even have Docker running. So right now this might be a bad moment. Looking at the timestamp, I think it's enough for today. I have a working home assistant configuration. It flows somewhat. Yeah. I'm going to look into this a bit more. Right now, I'm happy with what I achieved today. At least, this is what I wanted. Not totally happy, but something works right now. I'm going to continue this journey later on. I need to get some sleep as well. Ah well. So far so good. If you want to see my configuration, it's on GitHub, you know, github.com/Frank. You can find it in case you're interested or want to help out or have some improvements. For now, I'm going to make this the end of the stream. I don't see myself going into like the whole section of building stuff right now. I think I should call it a day. So thank you for tuning in. Maybe we can continue this next time. Yeah. Oh, by the way, if you haven't done it yet, next week Oktoberfest will be hitting, right? Hacktoberfest. Hacktoberfest will be hitting. So if you haven't signed up yet, Google for Hacktoberfest, get a free t-shirt if you do 4 PRs. And I might be doing a video on Hacktoberfest. I'm not sure yet. Maybe. What do you think? Should I do a video on how to contribute to Home Assistant? Like to something on Home Assistant for beginners or something? Not sure. I will do. Yeah, Oktoberfest will start, so it's a good time to go into and get into contributing to open source projects. And if you're interested in doing it and haven't done it yet, or if you do, Hacktoberfest is the thing to get into it. Actually, I think you should do the Python setup stuff. The Python setup stuff? Not sure, Paul. Elaborate here. But not like last year. No, Dutch Nicholas. It's probably the best for everybody. God. For HA, how to set up the environment. Oh, Paul, but that's actually really easy. You clone the repository, you open it in Visual Studio Code, and it will ask you if you want to open it in a dev container. You say yes, and it will give you a pre-built environment. All done. Thanks, French. It was great. It was great to spend an afternoon with you. Well, thank you, sir. Good enough. That's cool.
I know, but you can show people.
Maybe. I actually do not use the remote container development system, to be honest. Yeah. But I should maybe. I don't know. Nevertheless, I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to thank you all for tuning in. Hope to see you next time, and maybe we can do some, I don't know, something more exciting. I actually thought this would be more exciting than it became for me personally. I am happy with some kind of result, but yeah, I don't know. Nevertheless, thank you all for tuning in. Hope to see you next time, and I would say choo-choo, homie. So now I need to push some buttons and stuff, which I do not have stream back. This should be normally be very easy to do. How am I going to do this? Let's stop the music. So, like so, and then where is it? Okay, thank you. See you later. Bye bye. Choo-choo, homies.